mic's gonna give it to you. There we are. All right. Welcome to another episode of Thaddeus going live on the Going Nerdy live stream. It is a Saturday morning silliness. I slept in a little bit today. By a little bit, I mean more than I intended. I, ladies and gentlemen, have an opponent who attacked me. Woo! This doesn't happen all the time. Like many of you, I don't super care about the Grand Arena. I mean, I like it. It's fun, but pun! But I don't always get players who have attacked. So let's look at this. They screwed up once down here at the bottom. And then down here at the backside, they screwed up a little bit as well with my rebels. These were my first rebels. How are you, Pawn? How's life treating you, my friend? How is this Saturday morning going for you? Defense. Looks what they set up. They've got a Dash Rendar. They've got Mama T and Marin. Ooh, that'll be an interesting one. I do love Marin. She's awesome. Got Jedi Training Ray. I was a little worried this was legit Ray, but no. And then, woohoo, this. I'm doing well. It is wonderful to hear that you're marvelous. And then they've got Luke. This Luke. Master Luke. Master Luke. And then down here, we got our Malgus. We've got Maul. We've got Malgus. We've got Qui-Gon. And Captain Phasma. This is... Oh! Man! Woo! Yes. Things are well. Where do we want to start? Let's start down here. Start with Qui-Gon. Let's see. Now, let me show you actually before I jump too far into this. Qui-Gon to the Maul. Let me show you real quick where my opponent's Rasta is. His Rasta. His Rastafarian. It's my attempt at a Boston accent. Covered up with a little bit of Jamaican. It's not great. So we got Supreme Leader Kylo, Sith Eternal, Jedi Master Kenobi, and Luke. We know that Luke is up there. We didn't see the other three. I feel like I can probably use my I can probably use more of my things. Qui-Gon to Maul. What are you saying, Pawn? Are you saying that I should use Maul for Qui-Gon? I'm thinking, because I was thinking I'm going to do this. Maybe get some bonus points. Get a little bit of Master and Apprentice going. Speaking of which, if you haven't read Master and Apprentice, that's a solid freaking book. I'm still trying to work my way through that. What do you call that? High Republic book. To Republic that can be dispelled. Evade and attack. We don't need one. Anyways, pretty stoked, guys. I have been watching. I'm just super excited for Ahsoka. I was watching. Who was it? It was Star Wars Theory, and one of the things, it was him and what is his face? The Den of Nerds, which I love Den of Nerds. I think super awesome. They were talking about how like so much is riding on the Ahsoka show, and it's super accurate. Like there's a ton of stuff riding on the Ahsoka show. Aldry, how are you, sir? I'm doing well. Um, like the success has to be, um, it has to be there. Now, personally, I just think that Elon Musk as Thrawn, he's gonna do great, right? Because obviously Elon is an alien already, super. What do you call that? Tactically minded. I think he's gonna do a great job. Um, I think the biggest, I don't know, fear that I have is CGI. I really worry that if Thrawn is gonna look legit, that's hands down one of my biggest concerns. Um, I know that it might be a dumb concern, but yeah, it's one that I have. I do have this feeling though, because I was I was going back and thinking about some of the interviews that I read about Thrawn when those new Thrawn books came out, and Timothy Zahn, and Timothy Zahn is actually working with Lucasfilm and Filoni on this project, on the Ahsoka project. And so I'm curious, with the books and the the new stuff that he's come out with, like, what are they going to do with the character of Thrawn? And I have this vibe, I have this feeling. Hold on, let me get this. So I have a horse blanket. I don't own a horse, but I've had that thing for longer than I've had my kids. Run DMV, what's up, brother? But like, yeah, I'm curious to know what Filoni, for one, and Zahn, for two, are going to do with this character. Because again, Filoni, run, it's your freaking birthday? Happy birthday, man. That's awesome. Happy birthday, dude. I hope you and your family and you guys do something fun. Continue making your Dagobah, what do you call that? Hut, right? For those of you who don't know, and probably most of you don't know, my good buddy Run is making a hut with his kids, like an escape bunker type thing. Like it sounds really freaking cool. Super jealous. And it sounds like it does sound awesome. So happy birthday. Send some love over to my buddy Run. Accuracy, offense up. Yeah, why not? But yeah, I'm really interested because, like, again, you have the creator himself, Timothy Zahn, who's put this forward. He's the one who did created Thrawn in the first place. But then you have Dave Filoni, the chosen one for Star Wars, obviously. Like, there's a lot of really interesting things going on, and I think I have this feeling that Thrawn's not going to be the bad guy that we expect. And Dark Julius, what's up, buddy? I just don't think he's going to be. I think they're looking for him because Thrawn knows something, right? This is going to be the anti-Force Awakens, where they're going to use the I don't know, they're not going to use the same model. I mean, but they kind of will, I think. So this is what I think's happened. They've created a Heir to the Empire story. Not identical, but similar in story to the original Heir to the Empire. But what they're going to be doing is, instead of using the traditional Heir to the Empire story, they're going to be replacing those characters with the characters from the Mandoverse, right? But the lead here will be Ahsoka, Sabine, that whole crew, right? Now, if that's the case, then you have to ask yourself, well, who fits what position? How are they going to do it? That whole, concept. So, it's, I think it's going to be really interesting. Let's do this, and let's bring in this fellow. So I think that's what they're going to be doing, right? But then you ask yourself, who's Thrawn, right? Who's the character that will play the Thrawn character? What role will he be? The clone, right? Will he be the one that I don't know. Will he be the one that the Retribution one? I like that. I forget the Jedi. I mean, there's got to be a Jedi, right? The Dark Jedi, instead of it being, instead of it being, I want to say Malicos, but that's not his name. Who's the freaking Dark Jedi in the Thrawn series, Heir to the Empire? Oh, crap, weasels. It's, let's do this. Balls. Oh, anyways, that guy is going to be played by the Jedi and the Apprentice, right? So the Jedi and the Apprentice and the Night Sister are all going to be looking for Thrawn, instead of Thrawn going out looking for them. Now, where's Thrawn going to be? My guess, he's going to be hidden up on Mount Tantus, right? Or he's going to be in the unknown regions with Ezra. I don't know. Like, I don't know how it's going to fall out, but personally, I think what they're going to do, instead of redo episodes 7, 8, and 9, what they might do with 7, 8, and 9 is provide context. Like, I just remember when the prequels came out, a lot of people weren't happy with them. I remember the movie Fanboys. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a good movie. It was based on a true story, but not, I don't know. But it was a good movie. Jorah Sabayoth. Thank you, freaking Darth Jellas. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to take the Jorah Sabayoth character, and it's going to be this, I forget his name, Sam Smith guy, the actor that passed on. I think he's going to be the main villain, right? Let's do this. Random separatist droid ally. No, let's bring some love to this fella. He's going to be our main villain, right? And the character. Now, I don't know if that Jedi Padawan is going to be the Mara Jade character. It's possible. It's totally possible. But I think that it's going to come down to a I don't know. Like, I think that's what they're going to do. They're gonna build that story out, but in the Mandoverse. But then you have to ask, like, well, who does Mara Jade then have the love affair with Luke? I mean, does that whole thing pan out that way? I don't know. Like, I really don't. They've, in the new canon, they have broached the idea of Luke having a wife. And it's, I don't know. It's an interesting one. That's the one thing that I would like to see. I want to see Luke get married. Ray Stevenson, thank you. I don't know if I. That's the thing is, I don't know if Thrawn is going to be the bad guy. We know that they're looking for Thrawn, right? Um, I'm just really curious as to how it's all going to play out. Like I was debating on whether or not I wanted to go back and reread the sequel trilogy again. Like I did. I read the sequel trilogy, or the sequel trilogy. When I say the sequel trilogy, I mean Heir to the Empire. Last year I think I finished Heir to the Empire again. For like the fourth time, fifth time, something like that. Um, but I like then I wanted to go back and I wanted to read the new sequel trilogy, the Thrawn allegiances, Thrawn. Oh my gosh, hold on, let me turn around. The Thrawn Ascendancy series. I don't know why I can't think this morning. My brain has been shut off. Um, Man, I'm getting hosed. Come on, clones, step it up. Let's do this. Let's keep that on. Let's do this. But like, I'm afraid that if I go back and read the Ascendancy series, and I might reread or re-listen to the Ascendancy series after season 1 completes, and that way I can be like, oh, this is how it connects, this is how, and all of that stuff. Because otherwise, if I go in and I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be the way it works out, and it doesn't work out that way, I'm afraid that, I don't know, that I'm not going to like it as much. I'll get a little upset about it, and I don't want to do that. I just want to go in and just kind of enjoy it for what it is, they all gonna do it, so I don't know. Like, that's just kind of like where I'm sitting. I'm pretty curious about this whole Crimson Blade story that's coming out. It's this new Inquisitor book. It just came out like a week or two ago. I want to give it a shot because it's set in the Imperial time period, and anything that can bring up I don't know, anything that can tie back into like the main canon, main lore, I'm interested in. This book that I'm listening to now, the High Republic book, actually seems to be tying into the Survivor series, which I mean is kind of interesting. If you played the Jedi Survivor, then that's not super shocking, because you know that it does tie into the High Republic era. But I don't know. Like, I'm curious to see where they take it. If they can make the High Republic era not garbage, because I think that's the thing with the High Republic. There's not your Hobbit house. I like the Hobbit house. Sorry, my ADHD might be acting up a little more than it should be. But like, I'm interested to see where all of this goes. All right, let's do this. Let's bring in the yeah, I'm just really curious, and with less than a month to go, I'm super excited. I'm Red Dead Redemption 2. Is that good online? I remember playing Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Redemption 1. I didn't play 2. And all I did was just go around skinning horses. Like, and then I'd sell the horse pelts. I know that makes me sound like a psychopath. And I don't know, maybe at the time I am, I don't know. But I remember it being a fun game. So, yeah. I've heard good things about it, though. I've been playing a lot of Civilization 5. There's nothing I like more than taking one country and destroying another. It's just an enjoyable act. The thing about it though that's frustrating, it takes so freaking long to play. You can't just sit down and play for like 30 minutes and be like, oh, I'm finished, because it takes so long, like forever and a day long. It is redonkulous. General Grievous. I think I can bring my I can bring my Wampa against Iden. Wampa. Yeah, and that is one of the things that I like. One of the things that's interesting, it's done a little bit throughout some of the other stories in new canon, and I'll be honest, new canon is not nearly as bad as everyone's talking, right? The High Republic, it's got its moments, okay, but like new canon, when it comes to some of these other things, it can be pretty dope. Master and Apprentice, I just briefly accidentally mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. Great story. It's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in the beginning. It kind of talks about their relationship, it's awesome. It's a really, really great story. But what's awesome about Master and Apprentice is it talks about how it brings in other Jedi that are I don't know, unique, to be completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Rael Averross as a character that they bring in to the main story. I mean, is this new Jedi Master going to be Rael Averross? I mean, that kind of, like, if you've ever read Master and Apprentice, the vibe that this guy from Ahsoka brings in, like, I could see it. Like, I could legit see it. But there's also other Force factions that are in the universe that can use the Force or connect to the Force in one way or the other, and I don't know. They just it's interesting to see how it all plays out, how they all play out. Let's see, who's the best counter for... Oh, I used the best counter for it. Ah, screw it. Let's do this. I'm going full in with the First Order here. I probably don't need to. I know I don't need to. But I'm going to do it anyways. So I'm not feeling super confident against this team. But like the thing that's interesting about it is they do explore different religions. And that's what the Jedi are. That's what the Sith are. They're different religions. Sometimes I'm reminded, and I hope I'm not wrong or misspoken here. But sometimes the Sith and the Jedi kind of feel like what you saw in Europe in the late, throughout much of Europe's history, where they have Protestants versus Catholics, and again, I might be wrong. If I am, I apologize. But like, it's the same Force, it's the same religion, but they're approaching it differently. And again, I'm not trying to like undermine one or the other, just it kind of has that vibe to it. And so I would love to see how the Night Sisters, come into it. The reason I bring up Rael Averross and Master and Apprentice, again, phenomenal book. Check it out. Get it from your local library. Solid AF, as the kids are saying. Just a great, great story. But one of the things that is so interesting to me about the story is like it approaches like the dogma of the religion. Is it as black and white as as the Jedi see it? Is it as open as the Sith see it? Right? It's just a really fascinating story, and so I am interested and I am intrigued by how that will all play out. And again, like you said, Ron, I want them to explore more of that, of just that, of that belief. And that's what I was kind of hoping with that book, with the precursor to Jedi Survivor. I forget the name of the book, but it's that trope, or it's that crew, and they're out doing their Jedi thing. They're out doing their crap weasels. That's not gonna kill them. I'm just gonna hurt them. They're out doing their thing, and I was hoping that we would see more interaction between, between Merrin, who is the Night Sister, who's lost her crew, who's lost her family, and then see more between Merrin and Cal, who's, lost his crew, lost his family, and now he's negotiating the life with kind of no dogma in place, right? Like kind of creating it as he goes, kind of what we saw Luke do in the books. He tried to find as much as he could, and keep what was good and get rid of what was bad. It's been a couple of books since I read it. I was reading the series, but as I work my way through the Yuuzhan Vong series, which again, another solid series, that's one of the things that we see too, is how the Jedi at the time were kind of like all over the place. What do we do? What don't we do? What can we do? And there's a divided faction between those who think that they need to save everybody and they're the ultimate force in the galaxy because they're the Jedi and they have the power, and those that need to take a step back and kind of just help where they're needed, help where they're wanted even. And so I want to see more of that explored in modern canon, right? Because it was explored. One of the things that I was hopeful about with the purchase of Disney, and I'm frustrated that it's been handled the way that it has, was I was really hopeful that we would see a what do you call it? A more cohesive storyline. Not that they would get rid of everything, which was infuriating at the time. I was really upset that they did that. But that they would kind of bring it all together, take the parts that made sense and bring it to the mainstream, because it is such a good story that I think needs to be told, and should have been told. I like that. Let's do this. But it just didn't. Bracel, I don't know how to say your name. Welcome to the stream. I don't know. I really like the idea of it. I like the idea of a story group. I don't like the way that they've handled it, if that makes sense. The concept of a cohesive storyline makes a ton of sense. But the way that they've carried it out and their focus, has been ridiculous. Again, this Jedi Survivor book that I was really excited about was more of a 50 Shades of Night Sister, 50 Shades of Merrin than anything else, and I was like, oh, I mean, that's cool that we get to explore Merrin's sexuality, but is that really what Star Wars needs? Okay. She only left her her crew to, you know, or her room for Gatorade, essentially. And okay, fine, but why? You know, kind of a thing. Why that? Let's see. We've got Dash. So back to SWGOH a little bit. We've got Dash, and then we've got Mama T. Looks like Mama T would have been the best to use them. Let's try. I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know. Bounty hunters could probably work. Droids. Sith might do it. Mostly because my Sith are way better than hers. Let's do that. Let's do Sith Empire and see how far we can go with this. Sith Empire. But no, I really like some of the stuff they've put out. And I will say that that's one of the things that I do like about the High Republic is it explores the dogma. You know, and I can understand why people don't like that for the similar reason that people didn't like much of the prequels, right? The prequels were like, oh, this is all about politics. I mean, I loved the galactic politics. That's one of the things I loved about it. That's what I liked about Andor is like the political machinations, right? All of it was just super dope to me. I freaking love that part. And so for me, the High Republic era, I mean, I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's a little frustrating. You know, there's definitely aspects about it that bug the ever-living crap out of me. I'll be 100% honest about that because there are things that are just like, this is ridiculous. But like, again, the concept of a story group isn't necessarily a bad thing. The way that it's being carried out kind of is. And that's what's frustrating, I think, for most people who go through and read. If you do give it a chance, I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like it's, I don't know, it's a whole thing. But anyways, but I digress. Let's talk a little bit about SWGOH. I've spent 33 minutes ranting about this. How do I want to do it? Let's do. I think I'm gonna do my remaining Jedi. If for no other, let's do this. That's what I'm gonna do right here. And see how this pans out. Light side. Fewer. Yeah. Accuracy. Oh, let's do this one. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna call it now. I walked into my room just before I started streaming, and I was looking at my Funko Pops. I mean, I have a few, right? Just like one or two. And as I was looking at these, I was thinking, what could we see as far as like the next round of characters for the Leia event, for our new Galactic Leia. And as I was thinking about it, I saw 9 Nub. And the answer is absolutely. The Sullustan with the double mouth, right? Helps Lando pilot the Millennium Falcon. He and Leia they're buddies, you know. I could totally see Naya Nub come in into this. Now, is this going to be an opportunity for CG to give us a Red 5 as a conquest event? You get Red 5 and you get the ship? I mean, it could be. If they're bringing us that Leia, then I think that it's very possible that we could get Red 5 as a conquest event. And then the ship being maybe a galactic legend, right? Being our first galactic legend ship. I don't know. That's where I'm thinking. Not 100%, but I think it's possible. I'm gonna go with the bounty hunters here. So I think it's very possible. If Red 5 were the first Galactic Legend ship, you know, that'd be cool, right? I mean, granted, the real Galactic Legend ship would be the Millennium Falcon. As far as, like, fans go. I mean, if you've watched the series at all, Han's always introducing the Millennium Falcon, and people are like, oh, what? I've never heard of that. That piece of junk, right? And he keeps introducing it, and people are like, that's a piece of garbage. And it's like, she's got more to her than she seems. Like, maybe by the time Han's decrepit and elderly, the Millennium Falcon will be a legend within the universe. But, like, I could see why it's not. I mean, that plus they didn't introduce Galactic Legends, and Millennium Falcon was like one of the first ships, obviously, in the game. But Nine Nub is long overdue, right? He had his own ship. I mean, he was part of he was on occasion with the Millennium Falcon, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But like he hooked up, and this is not a physical thing, with Leia a few times for outings. That's not a like, oh yeah, he and Leia hooked up. Nine Nub were like they were buddies, you know. I could totally see Nine Nub coming to the game, especially for Leia. Now this is not what I think was actually going to come, but like, you know who we need, and this is a character that I loved using when I was playing. A mouse droid. No one's going to want a mouse droid. I think we need a mouse droid. I think it'd be awesome. I really do. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But a mouse droid would be awesome in my mind. We'll see how it works out. I don't think we're getting one, a mouse droid. And definitely not for this. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, an original Falcon would be pretty tight. I mean, we got Rey's, we got Lando's, and we've got Han's, right? It'd be pretty dope to have an original one. I mean, that would be pretty cool. But oh, I thought that guys wouldn't take him out. Sometimes when I talk too much, I need water. But who else? I do think, as far as characters we have in the game, someone from the Phoenix crew is absolutely going to be needed. Whether it's Hera and Chopper, which would make sense, because I mean, Hera and Chopper, first and foremost, they're great characters. Hera's awesome. We've seen her interact with the Bad Batch. We've seen her interact with Leia Organa. She was there at the Battle of Endor. If you didn't know that, go back and look at it's those early minis, those early shorts. Hera and Han had this back and forth. Whose ship was better, the Ghost or the Falcon? Obviously the Falcon. I mean, I love Hera, but come on. The Ghost compared to the Falcon? No chance. No chance. What am I looking at? Rebels. That's what I'm looking at. But I could see Hera, because one, they're going to be needed in other parts of these new battles. They're becoming more needed, which is important. I'm just going to go this, right? I'm going to do this. We'll see how it goes. I can always bring another, finish it off later on. But like, I think it could be Hera and Chopper. Let's do this. speed up dash for a minute. Oh, oh, that was beautiful. Oh, this makes me so happy. That ship gonna die. I don't even think I'm gonna. Yeah, that's woo. That's pretty. But yeah, if they did Hera and Chopper, so that's 2 that we have. We have a marquee character because we've only got the princess. You know, the Ewok princess is the marquee. So I mean, I could see a new marquee coming in. Who would a marquee be for this? I would say Senator Organa, right? He is a character that's long overdue. And I claimed the victory. 1835. Got a full clear and did pretty dope. Let's check out rosters real quick and see who we're missing, right? So let me jump into this and show you where I'm at. I did just finally get Relic 8 to, oh no, where is he? 501st. Why can't I? There they are. He's a number. To General Skywalker. Very excited about that. I will eventually get these guys up to Relic 7 because I need them to Relic 7. They're pretty freaking dope. Padme is a day, maybe 2 away from being Relic 8. This little turd is going to slow me down. I've got a few, but not enough. Depending on what I get from the battle, the freaking A. Where was it? I just saw it. What I get from the territory battle. I might be able to unlock her tomorrow, if not Monday, because farming these guys sucks. I should have enough for tomorrow as far as the these little condom shaped things. Flawed signal data. They look very phallic. I'm sure CG knows that. After Padme, I'll be going to Count Dooku. I do want to get my Inquisitor up. I probably should get my Inquisitor up because I need to be helping to unlock the third sister now that I have the Grand Inquisitor. My people need me. And by my people, I mean my guild needs me to step it up a little bit. But then I've got Grand Moff Tarkin, Newt Gunray. Wicket should be an easy one to get up. And then it'll be all on Wicket and the Tusken Raider. And then it'll be just to be a matter of getting up my Bad Batch. I've got Tarful. He's ready to get to gear 12. She's close to gear she's gear 8. It's just these little buttholes that are taking me back. The Chirotechs are killing me. And they will. But Tarful's pretty close. Once he's 7-star, I'll be able to gear him up, and then he'll be ready. And then it'll just be down to Marin and Saw and Seer. So, like, as far as how Cal Kestis goes, the Cal event, I'm moving slow down the event. It's not as effective as I want it to be. It's not going as fast as I want it to be, but it's going, so that's nice. The Bad Batch is up there. But since I'm focusing on this unlock, right? I'm farming these little freaking gear pieces, these little pieces, and I'm doing it this way. And then if you guys know a better way to do it, please tell me. But this is what I'm doing: is I'm coming in, I'm finding these pieces, I'm farming them. Right? Let me just show you. Right? Spend some crystals. Boom. Right? Do I get any? 1. Screw you, CG, and your freaking algorithm. When I get 30, I will go through and craft. Right? But since I don't have 30 right now, because these are worth more than these, right? So, right, I could do 30, and then it goes up faster. So, actually, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So depending if I get any of these tonight or tomorrow with the territory battle, I might be able to unlock. I mean, this puts me at 11. I need 9 more. So yeah, they suck, and I'm not going to be spending crystals on it. I did, and you guys are going to probably mock me for this, but I did finally gear up. I bought the crystals, I bit the bullet, and I got the Fury class interceptor. I did 3 of the 12.99 crystal packs, and of course I did 2 that got me to 329, and I was like, again, friggin' screw you, CG. But you know, I got it, and so it's unlocked. Now it's all about saving crystals so that when I can unlock the Leviathan, I should be able to get it to 5-star, right, that first unlock, and then maybe halfway through the next unlock, depending on how the battles are. We'll see. But Wicket should be fine. Tusken Raider, once those both get up, they should be fine. And once I unlock Padme and Dooku, I actually might not do Dooku right away, and I might save for that gear that's killing me, right? And the reason is Padme and my Galactic Republic squad is probably one of my best squads, right? I have some of my great characters, you know, and I have most of the characters solid. Kenobi is one of my favorite characters, my favorite galactic legend. I use him all the freaking time. And so, like, if I get Padme to Relic 8, wonderful, right? But with my Separatists, you know, like, Dooku's fine. You know, he's a great character. But Newt, also fine. Like, my Separatists are okay. They're not as good as they could be, right? And so if I hold off on this, maybe spend some more time on Grand Inquisitor, get him to at least Relic 5, that might be where I need to go. Same thing with Tarkin and obviously with Newt. Like, they just need a lot of love. And so if I skip Count Dooku, and I'm just talking out loud, so if I skip Count Dooku, work to Grand Inquisitor, that frees me up to actually start to unlock the Chirotex for Wicket and then Tusken Raider, right? Because I'm still farming for these other characters. I don't need to get used to update their Chirotex just yet because I can't do anything with them. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Plus, Grand Inquisitor, friggin', he needs these to be effective. At least in Territory Wars. Man, this is like he'd be dope in Territory Wars. I mean, look at these three of these little butt nuggets that nobody wants to spend money on. Solid stuff. I'm also trying to farm and figure out my mods, because that's really where it comes down to. Like, my leaders, my Galactic Legends, have great mods for the most part. I mean, they're all solid, right? They're all golden, with a few exceptions. So I need to figure those out first, and then I'm jumping down to other things. Now, also in the back of my mind, I'm making sure that my Old Republic doesn't suck. Now, part of the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going for that giant worm event. What do we call him? The Crate Dragon, right? I'm going for the Crate Dragon, and I do pretty well when it comes to... See, look at this. I should be better about this. I should be getting more things for my crew. Dearth McDearth, my boy, always bringing in shards. But, like, I'm usually the top 2 or 3. Right now I'm not. I'm in 7 because I have I've only done one battle. But like, I need my Old Republic to be functional. Also, I'm pretty sure that after like this, why is my face hidden? After Leia, this next battle, this next Galactic Legend is going to be Old Republic. I would be shocked if it wasn't. So not only will it help me in the Crate Dragon battle, but it'll help me in for farming in the future. So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I won't be streaming next week. I might stream the week after on Wednesday. But definitely I'll be back the following Saturday. I'm going out of town with my family next week. Pretty excited about it. And then, yeah, so join me. A free Audible subscription. Try it out. 2 free books plus the Audible Plus. It's dope, guys. And again, lots of great Star Wars books. Even new canon books that aren't in the High Republic are freaking solid. Having said that, also check out the links. You can check out my merch store, the Etsy shop. Pretty solid, pretty dope. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, my friends, smile.